All right, everybody, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Transformational Thursday for today. Thank you for sticking around. First thing that comes to my mind right now is I'm happy that the day is over and we got through a pretty solid workout here, teams of two, challenging. And I know a lot of you were challenged in this workout today. High repetition, lots of burning, lots of breathing. And I love workouts like this. I love to prescribe, especially when you're with a partner. It allows you to kind of rely on somebody to, when you're looking at them and they're looking at you and you're saying, I don't want to let this person down. And it's vice versa, the same thing. So I love doing little partner workouts like this, especially when they're high in the suck factor. It's easy to do easy work together, but it's hard to do hard work on your own. So having yourself a partner here, it takes you to kind of a place where you would surpass what you would do if you were on your own. And I think the reliance on each other is something very important in the world. Having friends, having people to talk to, having loved ones is huge. Okay, you can't do this on your own. Like every successful person has relied on someone or something along the way. Whether it's mentors and teachers, whether it's family members, everybody has to actually allow themselves to get out of their own minds and out of their own hearts and reflect off of other people. Because I think what happens is the reason why other people are so important in our lives is because they're a mirror, they're a reflection of who we are. If I come to class and I'm in a pissy mood and I'm frustrated, what's going to happen with the class? They're going to give me a reflection of that, and they're going to exactly what I need, which is people will probably be talking to each other, less listening, et cetera, et cetera. So it's going to expose in me exactly what I need to see at that moment to go ahead and check myself before I wreck myself, right? So whenever that happens and I feel like irked by people not listening or people talking too much or they're not paying attention, instantly, rather than kind of trying to alleviate the situation and call people out, I'll start to look back at myself and I say, okay, what am I doing? What kind of energy am I projecting? What kind of actions am I going through with right now that is giving this as the response? Now, sometimes the circumstances are the circumstances, but I know if I'm actually thinking of it, then there's something actually unresolved or something that I'm not aware of or that I haven't accepted within myself, which is why those situations are actually giving me some kind of response. Whenever something plucks a chord in you, know that that's part of you that really is in need of some attention and to feel what it is that is trying to actually get out of you. So it's not necessarily for you to figure it out what's going on, but it's more for you to feel what it is that you need to feel. And I am a person who's addicted to thinking it through, understanding why. Okay, that's my addiction. Why is it an addiction? Because it's uncontrollable and it affects my everyday life. Like me being in my head all the time has a negative outcome for me. But even though I have an awareness of that, I have a comfortability and a familiarity of those feelings, so I will constantly go to that place every single time expecting a different result, which is the definition of insanity, right? So I drive myself crazy and I drive myself insane by constantly doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I go into my head and I try to figure things out, and when I can't figure things out, it frustrates me, and I do it over and over and over again. Now, to break this cycle, it's awareness, understanding what you're doing and taking a step back and kind of seeing the situation for what it is. And then it's going deeper and kind of feeling what's going on. What's my reaction to this? How do I feel? Now, when you do that, it's uncomfortable sometimes because there's going to be feelings of frustration, there's going to be feelings of hatred, there's going to be feelings of anger, there's going to be feelings of sadness. And most of the time, those things aren't to the external. You're not angry necessarily at everybody else when they're not, again, I go back to the example of people talking or misbehaving or not listening. You're not angry at them, you're angry at yourself for doing something and not getting the response that you want, right? I'm angry because I'm being exposed, that no one's listening to me. That's why I'm angry. And it's almost like I'm angry for being angry. Why am I feeling this way? I shouldn't feel this way. Well, rather than resisting and kind of deflecting the way I actually feel. How about you just feel that way? Now, I'm not asking you guys or offering to you guys to feel that way and then react. If you're angry and then you punch somebody in the face, that's probably not the smartest thing to do. But if you're angry and you say, okay, I'm angry, I'm okay with that, and you just be angry, and you react in whatever way is safe for you and others, that's fine. Has anybody ever ran into like or punched a pillow or came and did a hard workout because they were frustrated with their day? Yeah, that's why this is so important, because you kind of let go of all that negative pent up energy and you're allowed to feel. How great is it when you get done with the workout after you've been frustrated all day? And you're like, oh man, that felt good. And you go home and you sleep like a baby, right? How great is it to feel that way? How great is it to be sad for a long time and you're like, man, I just feel like crap and I just don't feel right. And then you go see like a sad movie and you finally cry. As much as you don't want to do it, and especially if someone's around you and you're crying and you're like trying to like, harden up a little bit. Like I saw that movie Logan. I don't think I hysterically cried like that for a while. And it was kind of like a weep to start. And then all of a sudden, like I got out of the movie theater and I was bawling. I broke down. And it wasn't necessarily because it was the saddest movie ever, but I allowed myself to actually feel. So the external could be an outlet and a passport for you to go ahead and feel whatever it is that you need to feel. And then afterward, you kind of go to a place of like, all right, now I'm in reality right now. Now I'm actually in the now, rather than being stuck in a feeling that you have been for as long as you've been. Some people are stuck in those feelings forever. Some people have traumatic events early on in their life and they'll perpetually relive those feelings for the rest of their life and not actually get rid of them. So I am going up to South Carolina and I have the intention of being open-minded and no expectations. Earlier today, I kind of was conflicted of going up to South Carolina. We have the eclipse coming up and Laura's like, I'm going. Regardless if you're going or not, I'm going. And I'm like, okay, it's a 7-hour drive. We go up there for 2 minutes. And all I started to do is go right here and start thinking of every single reason why this won't be a great experience, right? And guess what will happen if I follow through with that mindset? It's going to be a miserable experience because I'm just going to reaffirm the fact of my belief. I'm going to follow through with actions that will reaffirm my belief. This is going to suck. I'm going to be bored. So what am I going to do? With the mindset of this is going to suck and this is going to be boring, I'm going to make it miserable for myself and everybody around me. That's what will happen. So like, even though you might be aware of those things, right? Like, and this is just me discovering this now. I do this all the time. It's like, I know this is what I should be doing and I do it anyway, but I don't take responsibility for my mindset when I do it. That's big. I'll say that one again because I got to teach myself. When you go in with that, expectation mindset, I expect this to suck, right? You're going to follow through the actions that are actually going to make it to suck, even though you might have to do it. Now you can change your you can change your mindset prior to whatever the action is and say, I'm going to let go of my expectation and I'm just going to be open-minded and see what happens with an open heart and open mind. Or you can go even one level and you can actually manifest what it is that you believe. This is going to be an amazing experience. And that's scary. It's scary for me to say that. Like, I feel nervous right away just saying that. Why? Because I usually don't do that. I usually don't create great situations. Usually I create miserable situations. And just like, experiencing something for the first time that you kind of have to do, like you ever take a dog into a swimming pool, scared to death until they finally hop in. They're like, this is the best thing ever. I can't believe I haven't been doing this all my life. Right? But it's that, I'd never done this before, that prevents you from actually experiencing real life. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm saying it right now. This is going to be an amazing experience. And if it isn't an amazing experience, so be it. But I'm not going to pigeonhole myself with the belief that this is going to suck and not be able to actually live in the moment. That's my intention. I'm actually going up there, take this ride, 7 hours to see a solar eclipse with my fiance, and I'm actually going to create an amazing experience. And I'm 100% capable of doing that. Because at the end of the day, regardless of the circumstances, I have the power to manifest my own attitude toward what it is that happens. Transformational Thursday for today. Thanks for sticking around, guys.